Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Commandment of Patience, aka Ryan Trunky, back again with a new video. So today I will be doing the Abandoned Son part 7, so let's get started.
I honestly don't think you can become a hero.
So last time I stopped when I said Gran Torino said, wow, you can tell all that just from inspecting it a little bit. I'm impressed. Your parents must be real and proud of you, young man. Then Izuku replied to him, thank you for the kind words. So I think I called him Sorahiko-san. But you see, I'm an orphan. I was abandoned on the day of my birth. I don't know who my parents are, so I've been on my own for a long time. But I assure you, or I sure hope that whatever they are, or however they are, that I made them proud. So now, Gran Torino was completely and utterly angry and furious. Even he didn't know what to say. He just met his grandson, only to find out that his parents abandoned him. He needs to get to the bottom of this at this moment. He sees his stupid son. So Izuku said, excuse me, Sora, I have hard time saying his name. So Torino-san, how are you, Mr. Yagi's father, if you have different last names? Then Torino said, oh, I adopted him since his parents died in a car accident. Then Izuku said, oh, I'm sorry to hear. Then Izuku grabbed some jumper cable and then hooked up his bike battery and hooked up the other side of the cable to the Torino's car. When the current was being transferred, the battery was able to hold a charge. Then Izuku said, Torino-san, since we're driving in the same direction, I'll drive behind you, just in case your car gave out again and I can jump start you. Then Torino said, that would be great idea, my boy, thanks. Throughout the drive there was no issue with Torino car. The two pulled into the apartment complex. Izuku parked his bike and waited for Torino to park in the spot that was well illuminated for him, so he will be able to work on the car. Torino got out of his vehicle and walked toward Izuku. Then Torino said, so kid, how long till I can get my alternator? Izuku then said, 15 minutes. I know a friend who repair old parts and sell new parts. I'll buy you a new one. What's your car, year and model? Then Torino said, Toyota Camry 2009. Listen kid, do you just own that motorcycle? Then Izuku said, okay, that's an easy part to get, and yeah, I spent a good chunk of my saving to get the bike, but it's worth it to be able to get to school, work and back home. Then Torino said, listen kid, I got this old American muscle car. My home is 45 minutes away from here. If you visit me and can fix the car, I'll give it to you. Then Izuku said, what? You can't do that. What about your son? Then Torino said, that bonehead doesn't deserve it and hasn't shown me any growth of being a man. You, on the other hand, had to sacrifice the joys of childhood in order to become a man at early age. You are far more deserving, my boy. Then Izuku said, then I'll take you up on that offer. If you don't mind, I can visit you on my day off, if that's okay. Now, I gotta get that part before my friend closes out the shop. Torino then said, okay, be safe out on the road, my boy. I'll see you soon. Then Izuku said, right, I'll be back. Oh, and before I forgot, your son and daughter-in-law usually invite me to dinner around this time at their home. Could you please tell them that I'll be a little later than usual? Then Torino said, don't worry, I'll let them know. As Izuku drove off to the safe speed, at a safe speed, Torino was ready to start chopping heads. He was trying to slay them alive. He was impressed at how selfless or how self-reliant his grandson has become without any support. He wanted to get to know that young man even more. He made his way upstairs to where his son lived. As he knocked on the door, it opened. Toshinoro was greeted with the furious Gran Torino, who only just said, we need to talk. So So let's say that Toshinoro was like, Dad, nice to see you here. Then Torino said, you stupid son. You stupid son of mine, why didn't you tell me I had a grandson? Then Eiko said, Dad, we can explain. Then Torino said, this better be good or you're both getting merciless beating. Toshinori then said, I got Inko pregnant at age 22, and when she fell sick it was revealed to be the beginning stage of pregnancy. We weren't ready to be parents. Then Torino said, then why didn't you idiots come to me for help? He helped me with my broken down car. He's buying me an alternator right now. How can a 15 years old show me he's more of a man than you? Toshinoro and Inko could only look down in shame and embarrassment. Torino was about to continue when Toshinori got a call. Then Toshinori said, hello? Then Izuku said, hey Mr. Yagi, I hope your father is with you right now. I just got back with the parts he needs. Can you tell him to come downstairs or toss his key to me? Then Toshinori said, yes, I'll tell him. The call ends right now. So Toshinori said that. Izuku said to either you go or hand him your key or toss them down to him. Then Torino said I'm going downstairs. I like to spend time with my grandson. Oh, and your inheritance is going to Izuku after learning about this blunder of yours. You're still not ready to call yourself a man. Had you kept him and raised him like you were supposed to, then I would have reconsidered. Toshinori knew there was nothing he could say. He had acknowledged his biggest failure when he saw how well Izuku grew up to be without having anyone to guide him. Then Torino said, oh, before I forgot to give you your gift. Toshinori looked happy, but his smile faded when he saw his father cracking his knuckles, and he knew he was getting a whooping. Toshinori tried to run, but his dad used his quirk and struck him in the gut and his face, legs, and the back, leaving bruised and bloody Toshinori. As Torino had left to go down to the parking lot, as he gave Izuku his key, saw him get straight to work on the car. After struggling a bit to remove the alternator, he wiped the sweat of from his forehead. He saw he had a smug of oil. Then Toshinori said, laughed and said, kid, you got a little bit of oil on your face. Toshinori pulled a handkerchief from his back pocket and cleaned Izuku's face. After doing so, Torino had feeling like he was grandfather for a few seconds. Izuku then said, thank you, Torino-san. After 15 minutes of putting the new alternator in, the job was done. When got into the car, he saw a bag with power, steering fluid, and oil. As he tested the steering, it was tough. So the car needed like the power steering fluid. Then he checked the oil level. It was damn near empty. Izuku filled up the power like steering fluid and put oil onto the car. When he tested it out, it felt a lot more smoother. He got out and told Torino to feel the steering. Upon doing so, it was as if it was new. Then Torino said, "My boy, you've done a great job. What do I owe you?" Then Izuku said, "Nothing in charge, just helping someone in need. Now, if you excuse me, I got to get washed up and prepare my own dinner." It was only like 10:35 p.m. Izuku needed to shower and make dinner in case it was late to have a dinner with Toshinori and Inko. Then Torino said, "Well, let's head up stairs then, my boy." The two walked upstairs after locking and engaging the alarm on their vehicles. Torino learned about Izuku likes and hobby once on the floor where both Izuku and Torino lived. He said goodnight to Torino and walked into his apartment. Torino, on the other hand, went into Toshinori's apartment and was greeted by Inko, who, let's say Inko said, "He's a great kid, isn't he, Dad?" Then Torino said, "Yeah, he is. Do you, knucklehead, regret giving him up?" Then Toshinori came up of the living room, bruised and covered in bandages, to answer his father's question. Toshinori said, "We regret our decisions greatly. If we could go back in time, we could stop ourselves from abandoning this great kid." And then Inko said, "I would give anything to go back in time so I could witness every important moment of his life, like his first word and first steps." Then Torino said, "Are you ever planning to tell him? Tell me, because he went through a lot and you need to discuss this thing with him." Then Inko said, "We are, but we're afraid how he might react." Then Torino said, "You just have to take the leap of faith when his time comes." And yeah, guys, with that I will leave you hanging right there. So I hope you like this video. As I always say, before I say the usual, I hope you're having a great day, even though with the what's happening in these days. I hope you're having a great time. Spend your time with your family, have a great time. I don't know, try to do your best in your studies. And yeah, as I always say, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video. Peace out. Bye bye.
I have feelings for you, Sebastian.
What's wrong? And it's beating, yeah, my chest won't stop.